Om. Welcome. Thank you to all the masters for this knowledge that is going to be shared with uh, many tonight. And the subject is criticism. And we need to look in this subject why and have a deeper understanding of what is criticism. Of course, it hurts at first when someone criticizes, and it changes the whole of our body chemistry. Uh, and there is that feeling of, oh, I don't like it, and we are feeling the emotions as well. So everyone has experienced and observed, but a lot of us, we don't understand. We just go on experiencing and hurting and experiencing and hurting. So to end this, we must understand and bring it into our being. So we have invited this for our inner growth. It can be to do with our karma. And this is how self-inquiry is because you have to ask, why is it here? And excuse me, many say it's constructive, destructive. Yes, can observe everything and start analyzing each time as it arises without going into the memory box and picking and saying, oh, this one did this last time. You don't want to keep picking, you just want to observe as it arises. And observe from here, how do I feel? And what is that? Am I making a barrier here, or is it defensive, or what? So it's nice to pause and have self-observation, so we can analyze then, rather than abruptly, responding. That is not the way ahead. So people who are criticizing, of course, are they shaping or are they destructing you? Have to ask. And it's a process where I want to check, am I controlling myself? Am I checking my breath? How is everything inside, outside at that stage? And when we start, then we understand that in this relationship, whatever this relationship is that person trying to, you know, really approach in a boss-like manner, or um, how is it? So is there ignorance there? Is there lack of understanding there? Lots of questions one must ask to observe and analyze. So all kinds of criticisms can rise. So each time it's different circumstances, and we must be aware, aware, aware. So even if we notice when someone criticizes, we are not like, you're not sleeping and, you know, not completely connected. You are connected, you are aware, but it's from that awareness, what are you doing, is a big step. So uh, good example is like a mother unknowingly, would say to the child, don't do this, don't do that, criticizing little times all the time. But she's not realizing that this child is now losing confidence with all that criticism. So this is one thing we don't want to do. There is a way of telling a child than just constantly criticizing. So negative criticisms can be very toxic, and person is probably in a habit of doing that sometimes, and we have to sort of not react, but in a way, analyze why that person is doing, and not get caught up into that habit of theirs. And how do we truly see it? So not as, I don't love it and I like it, and I don't love it and like it. We have to see it that this is a duality world. And if it's a duality world, the opposite of criticism is praise and compliment. Now, if I love all the praises I get and compliments that I get, and I, get big headed, like, so my head really explodes, then surely with criticism, my heart is going to bleed. So, do we want to be in that yo yo? I'm not having any freedom because something is controlling me in this situation. So, not to be going up with all that, compliments and praises. Likewise, not to go down when the criticisms are there. Find equanimity in both the situations. And that's where we win, we progress with our inner journey. So we find that we can't let anyone, you know, take us on the high and on the low all the time. So all the time you're going like this. So just say to yourself, if someone praises me or compliments me, I'm going to be humble. If someone is going to criticize me, I'm going to find my inner strength. That I'm building my strength and I'm going to be there. So centering, this is centering and aligning, so important. So when we start saying, I'm going to center in this, we find that eventually all that falls away. There will be no drama as such. And we can face these challenges. So, in what way? The Michelin star faces the critics in a good way, although it could be painful, but he or she will say, I need that to perfect myself. So we can have that understanding and say, yes, certain times it is making me grow, and I'm trying to master how to balance in all these situations. Is there something to learn? Is it destructive? If it's destructive, I'm going to drop it. So that's all we have to know. So um, there, then nothing can really distract us and nothing can upset us. And we are great in that inner growth. So there's a beautiful quote here which says, our emotion need to be educated like our intellect. And once we start educating that, we find that we are dancing through, we're not allowing anyone to drown us, but we are dancing through that life. And we've overcome it with love and pure energy because we're not letting that person take away our energy, and observing the unfolding to the highest, where I'm free. Nothing is holding me back. So none of these situations now is pulling me, towards my personhood, if, because I know now that I have detached myself from this body mind, and I am who I am, the pure awareness. And it's a beautiful stage to reach. So all these things are only in the body mind complex. There is no room for this in the pure awareness. So I hope you really found this useful. Ah, namaste and thank you.